in AA Single A.
I saw a little bit of a peek from Ringer over there at the clock, so he's probably not going to try to do anything. Both of them are really looking at the clocks. It kind of shows
just as
a
soon as you
little
said that,
bit.
But Walker glanced
Walker
back at the
took
clock.
a look over to see what he was looking at, and that just kind of shows you a little bit of the fact that both of these kids are freshmen, both outstanding wrestlers.
Now, people get accused of that at work, watching the clock.
They do.
In wrestling, it's a little different story.
Absolutely.
Excitement on the AAA match with Brady Roberts trying to get Tyler Rourke on his back. But here on the AA Single A mat, we continue on here in this Battle of Fairmont.
There's a point. Our first points is from Ringer.
Blake Ringer.
An escape. Just got a feeling this match is going to be tight. Both of them are just a little bit overly cautious. They don't want to be the one to make the really big mistake, so they're kind of really wrestling kind of overly cautious at this point. So
last year, the first three matches, AA Single A, 7-5, 3-2, 3-2 until Gunnar Andrick, who we'll see next, got a pin of Lewis County's Brock Mitchell.
We're halfway through this second period, and honestly, neither wrestler has made any really true legitimate shots. I'm wondering if they're going to hit both of them with a double stall here in a minute. You see that Walker took his first step was back, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but when you look at it from a mental point of view, Mark, you see that from the officials' point of view, they say, okay, you got one guy that's aggressive, one guy that's really just playing back and waiting for the last 15, 20 seconds of the period.
Beckley in AAA, Jim, with two champions now, Eric
Already.
Johnson and Tyler Rourke in the first four matches. Meanwhile, here on AA Single A's Mat 1, 1-0 lead for East Fairmont's Blake Ringer in the white, going up against Jason Walker.
What Walker doesn't want to do with the last 15 seconds of this period is get himself in a hole, because he has the opportunity when they start the third to be down, so that's an advantage for him. That's an excellent shot. But he just didn't finish it. He was too close to the edge.
8 ticks to go here in the second period.
It's a great setup by Ringer. He just was in the wrong place when he set it up. Period.
And you heard Todd Chevalier. Who needs a clock when you got Todd Chevalier there to count down the seconds?
No need to look at a clock. You just listen to him.
All right, so it will be Walker in the down position here in the blue.
I would be really surprised if Ringer could control him because of Walker's length.
Now Walker's to his feet.
Just hang on there, because if he gets back down to the mat, he's already got the legs in. That's going to let that go with a stalemate. They used to let those hang on for a while, but anymore, Mark, they want these guys they want them to wrestle the full 6. And the last thing you want to do is pan out there, give him an opportunity, throw those legs in. Ringer's really good with his legs and staying behind, but he's going to have to do something to prove that he can't stay on that ankle all night.
East Fairmont and Fairmont Senior. Well, what a rivalry that is in athletics. Not just on the mats, but in all sports.
Yeah, that was our first potentially dangerous. When you get up there like that, somebody could snap a leg or an ankle, so they like to stop that. They don't want somebody really getting hurt.
East Fairmont's girls basketball team reaching the state tournament of West Virginia. That will be coming up this week inside the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center in the state capital city of West Virginia. And you can hear and see those games right here on the NFHS network.
If he keeps going back, he's going to get back points here in just a second. If he doesn't let it go.
Under a minute to go here.
He had a chance to drive that elbow down through the chest of Ringer, and he didn't do it. It would have given him a chance to get away. Now we're late in the match with 38 seconds to go. both of them looking at the clock. It's 1-0. Anything can happen. This is going to be a tight one down to the stretch mark.
Blake Ringer. A 1-0 lead here. Under a half minute to go.
He might be trying to push him out.
Oh, Walker.
Wrong place to be.
Walker was in a good position.
Yeah, he
there,
was.
Jim,
Walker had a nice play. He had a nice opportunity for a switch there, but when you're playing on the edge of the mat, now he's down to 17 seconds. He's really got to go, Mark.
Big move by Walker.
Well, that was hit hard against Ringer. If he can at least pan it out, looks like he's giving him 2 for the reversal with 7 seconds to go.
Walker, can he hang on? That will do it.
Unbelievable. Outstanding match. What a great move by Walker.
Jason
right at the
Walker,
end.
Fairmont senior freshman, wins it over Blake Ringer 2-1. Now Ringer had that 1-0 edge, what seemed like forever. But Walker makes the move with 17 seconds to go, Jim, and comes away a state champion on what is already the championship team of Class AA in West Virginia. Another look there, Jim.
Yeah, this is an excellent job by him, just busting it with the last 17 seconds to go. 5 minutes and 43 seconds, Ringer was in charge of this match, and that just shows you somewhat of the grit and determination that Walker had in this first and only freshman-to-freshman matchup.
2 pins and 2 decisions. 4 matches down here at the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament in Huntington. We return in just a moment to Mountain Health Arena. You're watching live streaming coverage on the NFHS Network.
It was a huge upset.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Rania. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is when I take a bite, I just taste flavor, flavor, flavor. The veggies and beans and tortilla strips, they're combined to perfection.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
We welcome you back inside Mountain Health Arena here in Huntington as we bring you live streaming coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament. We conclude the 2022-23 campaign. At this time, we'd like to take a moment to remember our dear friend Greg Reed, who is a great member of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission, which helps run great events like this state wrestling tournament. Greg died unexpectedly in Parkersburg on January 11th. Commonly known as Coach Reed, Greg rose through the ranks of athletics as an athlete at both Nicholas County High School and Alderson Broaddus University. He then launched his coaching career where he found outstanding success at East Hardy High School and later returned to his alma mater of Nicholas County High School. Greg was not only an outstanding coach, but a wonderful teacher. He ultimately stepped into administration as the athletic director and assistant principal at Martinsburg High School in the state's beautiful Eastern Panhandle, and then on to the SSAC, where among his many duties included running state soccer, cross country, basketball, tennis, and baseball tournaments. Thoughts and prayers to all who knew him. A wonderful friend. Greg Reed died much too young at the age of 57. It's going to be tough, Jim, for a lot of people this coming week and the following week there in Charleston at the state tournament to not see the friendly face of Greg Reed.
You miss a guy that you know that's always going to be there. He's always reliable, like you said, Mark. What a class act that he was. And just our hearts go out to that family. And what a loss to the SSAC. This guy was a workhorse. He did a lot of things, ran a lot of tournaments, and he did them with class and dignity. And just sad, but and he certainly will be missed.
Our matchup here, Hayden Lamb, sophomore out of Oak Glen. Gunnar Andrick, sophomore from Point Pleasant. And Gunnar Andrick, Region 4 champ, won it a year ago at 126 with a pin. 52-5 this season. 96-10 is his career record. John Bonecutter, Jed Ott, Micah Powell, Dave Bonecutter, and George Smith are his coaches. Hayden Lamb out of Oak Glen, sophomore, the Region 1 champ. He was fifth at 113 a year ago. 33-9 is his season record. 68-27 for his career. Josh Cornell, Robert Wvssac, Ty Logston, and Frank Crane are his coaches. Our officials for this 132-pound match will be Todd Chevalier and Brian Pauley. And Todd Chevalier, South Charleston native, 26 years as an official, 5 state tournaments. And Pauley in this state tournament for the 7th time, and he's been an official for 17 years.
I thought it was interesting when you saw Gunnar come out there from Point Pleasant, didn't want to waste any energy, just kind of waltzed his way across the mats. A lot of them try to amp themselves up, hype themselves up, come out jacked up, and you're wasting an awful lot of energy. He doesn't waste any energy at all. He's very deliberate in what he does. So, and Mark, you see this is our second head-to-head grade level match. We just had second consecutive. We just had back-to-back the freshmen here and now sophomores. Lamb had a real gutty semifinal. He won 6-4, so that got him here, and Gunnar Hendrick really hasn't had a lot of trouble to get into the finals.
Yeah, a couple of pins for Hayden Lamb to get us started, and then last night had to battle Paxton Smith of Braxton and comes away with a 6-4 win. So Andrick is nationally ranked. He's a special wrestler.
He's
and
tough.
Already has Lamb in all kinds of trouble. And that is it.
19 seconds. Wow.
Hardly time to get settled in before Andrick, the sophomore, claims his second state championship. Well, as a freshman, he saw Derek Rake and Justin Bartee win their 4th state championships.
Right.
And you know that motivated him. And he won as a freshman. Now another look there, Jim, just 19 seconds in.
Yeah, he already had the cradle set up. Good balance. You see that he gets back on his feet. He's got it planted. Cavalier just slaps the mat, and that's the end of it.
Quick work on the AAA mat. Jimmy Bales, the sophomore from Beckley. Can Beckley get a 3rd? Champ Matthew McAfee is his opponent out of St. Albans, and McAfee won it a year ago for the Red Dragon program.
And Mark, you said earlier how Andrick didn't waste any time. A 19-second pin. There aren't very many pins that quick in the state tournament.
Gives us time to break away here inside Mountain Health Arena. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament on the NFHS Network.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades.
That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Hi, I'm Rania. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is when I take a bite, I just taste flavor, flavor, flavor. The veggies and beans and tortilla strips, they're combined to perfection.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi. Looking for a new or used ride? Look no further than the Automotive Giant that is on Northside Drive in Summersville. 8 franchises, 1 big location. Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Ford. All at Northside Automotive. And Mid-State Ford. Largest used inventory in Central West Virginia. And rock bottom prices. NorthsideWV.com. MidstateFordWV.com. All on Northside Drive in Summersville.
Generations Physical Therapy is a Tri-States Championship partner for comprehensive physical therapy and sports rehabilitation services. Access to physical therapy has never been easier, with extended hours and walk-in services available. Generations Physical Therapy. Multiple services, multiple locations, experience you can trust.
Our excitement that last match, time before that.
Tonight's coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament here on the NFHS Network, being presented in part by your local Little General Stores. Great prices, convenient places. Your local Little General Stores, proud to support all the schools in the communities they serve. And also tonight's coverage being presented by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is Southern West Virginia's premier heating and cooling dealer. Give them a call today at 304-890-2212 for all your HVAC needs. Indoor Air is a proud supporter of the 2023 West Virginia State High School Wrestling Tournament. Hunter Spitznagel, a junior from Fairmont Senior. Riley Curran, a senior from Doddridge County. They are awaiting hitting the mat for Class AA Single A at 138 here on Mat 1, our coverage. And the reason that they're having to wait because the 132-pound match lasted all of 19 seconds with Gunnar Andrick picking up his first title. Now we move on here, and we have the AAA match still going on, so they don't start another match until they finish up both showdowns in each weight class.
We got a real tight one over there, Mark.
We do. McAfee, again, a state champ, wearing the white. Andrew Miller and John Penna on the call of that match here on the NFHS Network. We get a sneak peek here of what's happening. Next week here on the NFHS Network, join us for coverage of the annual Girls State High School Basketball Tournament. All gets going Tuesday morning at 9:30. Third year for 4 classes of basketball in West Virginia. So quad A action will get it going on Tuesday morning. 6 games a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then the 4 state championships on Saturday. And then the following week, boys basketball will take center stage in the capital city. Just a great time for athletics in West Virginia, Jim. And I kind of like it that you had the wrestling tournament this week. A lot of times there was a gap. You'd have the state wrestling tournament, then a week would be off, and then the girls' state tournament, and then the boys' state tournament are always back-to-back weeks. But this year,
get a little bit
boom, boom.
Right, that's right.
And that will conclude the winter sports scene.
Yeah, he's a little bit of congratulatory with a second to go. Oh, look at a lot you can do in 1 second.
Oh, boy, and I think they banged heads
yeah,
there, Jim.
They did.
With just 1 second to go. And I think he appears to be okay, but there was a collision there between Jimmy Bales, the sophomore, and Matthew McAfee, the junior, and McAfee now with 2 state championships on his trophy case there in St. Albans, home of the Red Dragons. The great mayor, Scott James. And I think we have a new tradition starting here at the state tournament where you win that championship, you take down your coach.
Take your coach down. It's a good thing some of these coaches are young, because some of those older coaches, I'm not sure they'd be getting up out of that, Matt Moore.
You coached wrestling. Did you want your state champion to come over and take you down?
No, I would not want Luke Salmons over there taking me down anytime soon.
All right, let's do a recap here. What has happened at AA, Single A, Dillon Purdue out of Independence, winning another state championship. Downing Zayden Willett. Logan Davis of Oak Glen topped Tristan Willis. Purdue had a first period pin and Davis a second period pin. And then it was Noah Hess, sophomore from North Marion, a 6-3 winner over Nathan Wood of Point Pleasant. Jason Walker, certainly our most thrilling match to date, gets his 2 points with just 17 seconds to go, about 8, when he scored 2-1 win over city rival from Fairmont, East Fairmont High School, Blake Ringer, 2 freshmen. And, you know, they're going to see each other a lot over the next 3 years. And then it was Gunnar Andrick picking up his second state championship, sophomore, with a pin in 19 seconds. And now we await Hunter Spitznagel, another Fairmont senior wrestler, a junior from the Polar Bear program, and Riley Curran, a senior from Doddridge County High School.
And just for the record, the Bulldogs there, the Doddridge County, is the only representative in the state championship for them from Region 2.
Now you have Braxton County and Doddridge County and Clay County that are a part of the Little Canal Conference, Jim, and that's certainly one of the better conferences when it comes to sports, AA, single A level. A lot of great athletic programs in all sports, and certainly the sport of wrestling.
Certainly a lot of, if you look back down through the years, the rich tradition of the teams that would win the state title, back in the days when it was single A and double A together, you would have Spencer, and then you'd have Williamstown, and you'd have St. Mary's, and it was always one of those 3 that seemed to be vying for the state title year in and year out.
Coming up at 138 in Class AAA, Lucas Talley, a senior from Hurricane. Ryan Martin, a senior from Parkersburg South. So while we have a moment, here's what else is going to be happening in AA Single A following the Spitznagel-Curran match at 138. Colby Hamilton, senior from Fairmont Senior and a returning state champ, will go up against Blaine Jarvis, a junior from Braxton County, at 145. Isaac Harris, a senior from Berkeley Springs, will go up against Judah Price, a senior from Independence. Price needs no introduction. Kennedy Award winner in football, West Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year and helped lead Independence to that state football championship, but a state championship in wrestling has eluded his great career so far, something that's been missing, and he's trying to do that here tonight as a senior. He lost a tough overtime match last year. Evan Zombro, sophomore from Berkeley Springs, and Josh Williams, sophomore from Point Pleasant, will get together at 157. Jesse Adams, a freshman from Independence, will take on Trenton Bush, a senior from Lewis County. Adam Angel, a senior from Cameron, and Colton Caron, a senior from Independence, in a rematch will battle at 175. Dalton Hanshaw, a senior from Nicholas County, and Josh Hart, a senior from Independence, will square off after meeting in the regional championship. Cole Vandal, a junior, Greenbrier West, against Noah Casto, senior from Clay County. That will be the 215 match. And then Logan Easom, a senior from Independence, and Colton Weaver, a junior from Point Pleasant, will collide in the 285-pound match.
Mark, you might want to see this when you look at the points for second and third. There's a difference. Point Pleasant has 171.5. Independence has 157.5, which is only a 14-point differential. However, 4 of the last 5 matches is going to have guys from Independence. Four of the last 5 matches are going to have guys from Independence. And the last match of this state tournament is an Independence versus Point Pleasant. That could very well determine who's the state runner-up.
Well, they honored Hall of Fame members of the West Virginia chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame earlier here tonight, recognized those gentlemen who had been honored back in the fall, and one of those honored was Mark Delegati, and Coach Delegati did a great job with Fairmont Seniors program for many, many years. And when you talk about Independence, it was Independence that won the state championship prior to Point's run, and Independence was the last team to win AA single A before Oak Glen went on that 13-year run.
Right.
Thought no one was ever going to claim that title ever again.
For over a decade, Oak Glen just dominated. They just did, and even with the teams that we have now that are loaded, they're not dominating. When you look at the fact that, and I know we mentioned this earlier, but Fairmont Seniors' last state championship is in 1960. It's been a few years. We're off and running.
Yeah, the great Larry Shaw coached all those Oak Glen teams. So Curran in the gold and green of Doddridge County, home of the Bulldogs, West Union. And, of course, when you talk Doddridge County, you can't speak of that great school without the name Clyde Stansberry.
Absolutely.
Longtime football coach. Clyde now in his 90s, and wish him all the best as always. And young man from the school he coached at for so many years, Riley Curran, runner-up a year ago, and now trying to win a championship, squaring off with Hunter Spitznagel. Spitznagel, the Region 1 champ, Curran, the Region 2 champ. A year ago, Spitznagel was 5th. Curran, again, the runner-up at 132. Lost to Braxton Smith of Nitro, 5-1.
And both of these guys worked their way, know each other from the 2022 state championship. There's a takedown right off the bat from Hunter Spitznagel. Nice job of hanging on to that one.
Our officials for this match, Shane Kildo and Chris DeSario. Kildo out of Belmont, Ohio, 34 years as an official, 28 state tournaments here in West Virginia. And DeSario out of Wellsburg, West Virginia, Brooke County, 38 years, 17 state tournaments. But you got 2 guys here, Jim, a combined 72 years of officiating.
That experience, you really just can't put a price tag on that, Mark. You got guys that been around, seen an awful lot of things. So we got Spitznagel in control early here in the first period with a 2-0 lead.
Michael Fortier, Jay Michael, Nick Hedrick, Steve Gabbert are the coaches for Hunter Spitznagel, the junior. Chris Koppman, Bobby Burnside, and A.J. Lloyd. Coach Burnside, the head football coach at Doddridge County, head track and field coach. They've been very successful in football, played for a state championship, and Coach Burnside's guided track and field teams to state championships. We have Hurricanes, Lucas Talley, and Ryan Martin of Parkersburg South. They're battling there on the AAA mat at the moment. Here it's 2-0, AA, single A in the blue. Hunter Spitznagel, the junior, in the lead.
And Spitznagel took a little peek at the clock, knowing there's about 15 seconds to go. He's not going to try to jeopardize doing anything, but he's got to be careful because those officials are watching him pretty closely too.
And we are heading to the second period. Coming up here, 1:45, Colby Hamilton, senior, out of Fairmont Senior, a returning state champ, will take on Braxton County's Blaine Jarvis. Right now, Hunter Spitznagel in the blue with the first period lead of 2-0 over Riley Curran. Curran was the most valuable wrestler at the Little Canal Conference Tournament earlier this season.
Spitznagel won the toss and deferred, and Curran took down, and he feels like he has the ability to get away from Spitznagel, so let's try to cut this lead from 2-0 to 2-1.
At the moment, though, Spitznagel doing a pretty good job with the tight grip there.
And he's really controlling there. He's trying to get the arm where he can work on the tilt a little bit, but he's having a little trouble trying to get really set up and working the edge a little bit on the mat. This one might come down to whoever has put in the most time out there getting themselves ready. This is very grueling and very intensive. Tons of conditioning in place.
Well, we saw a battle there back in the 126-pound class, and Blake Ringer had that 1-0 lead for East Fairmont over Jason Walker, and then suddenly Walker got control there in the end and wins it 2-1. Right now 2-0 as Curran tries to break free.
Yeah, he's trying to get to 2, but he probably ought to take the 1 if he can get it. He's got to get that arm out. Yeah, it's a nice job by Curran getting away on that, getting that escape.
2-1 score now. Curran on the board. Was in this moment a year ago and had to settle for second. Certainly has had all year to think about it, and you know, sometimes you're a champ, sometimes you're runner-up. That doesn't mean you're going to return.
And Curran had a pretty tough semifinal match, winning 3-0, and he knows this is his last shot being a senior, so he's really got to get after it. 15 seconds to go in this period.
And Spitznagel had a pin, a technical fall, and then a 7-1 win. Spitznagel beat Connor Blessing 7-1, who was a state champ a year ago. Down to a couple of seconds, and we head to the third with Hunter Spitznagel, the junior from Fairmont Senior, clinging to a 2-1 lead over Riley Curran, and it will be Spitznagel in the down position.
So you see where this a little bit of that conditioning takes place, because these guys have amped up. This is their 4th match in 3 days. You see the tilt here. Looks like he's going to get some back points if he can keep it going. That's what he was trying to do earlier. Now he lost it. He got 3 on the near fall, then he lost 2 on the back.
We are even at 4.
A reversal by Spitznagel, so we got it 125, so we're looking for a barn burner to finish this one off, Mark. 4-4.
That's tough to get those back points, but then you almost get them back.
And as soon as you get it, you gave it right back with a reversal, so he's got to really be careful here that he doesn't flatten out and end up getting a stalling. But Spitznagel's going to have to do something besides just stay on top of him, especially with that ankle. He's got the leg lock, but he's not really doing a whole lot.
Ryan Martin, meanwhile, 5-2 lead over Lucas Talley as they head into the final minute there in the AAA state championship match for 138 here. We are all tied at 4 in the third period. Could we be seeing an extra session? No OTs yet tonight, Jim.
No, we haven't had any.
Either mat.
I'd say something's going to happen here.
Curran trying to get away. So close.
That was a really good job by Spitznagel to push him out, knowing having a mat presence to figure out where he needs to be. Curran really put an awful lot of effort into getting to his feet.
29 seconds.
Uh-oh, he's got the leg. Got to be careful with this. They're going to start doing back points here in just a second. He's got 17, he's counting it off. He didn't get the 3 to get the back. He had to have him pass the 45 for 3 seconds, and he didn't get the count. So looks like we're going to have to go in overtime here, Mark. First time this tournament.
Overtime we go. 4-4, Spitznagel and Curran. And you go back to when he had those back points, but then gave up that reversal.
Yeah, that's what really stuck him. He had that, and then he just kind of overshot a little bit, lost his balance. Now, the way this works, if a guy scores a 2-point takedown, the match is over.
Yeah, they go 1 minute here.
Right. And then they'll go, and if nobody scores here, then there'll be a 30-second and then a 30-second, and then they'll sort it out from there.
We had one overtime match a year ago.
Wow. Nice hips. Good job.
That will do
nice
it.
Job.
Hunter Spitznagel comes away victorious.
Outstanding throw with the hips, using his balance on that.
What a match in OT. Fairmont Seniors.
Comes in deep, he just plants it, loses his balance a little bit. See how he threw his hips in there with that cowboy, and he just needed the takedown, he didn't need the back points.
So Fairmont Senior with its second state champ of the night. Ryan Martin defeated Lucas Talley of Parkersburg South in that 138-pound match. We're starting to edge up the ladder here in these weight classes. 145 coming up. Colby Hamilton from Fairmont Senior trying to give the Polar Bears back-to-back champs. He'll face off with Blaine Jarvis of Braxton County. That is straight ahead here on the NFHS Network.
They'll be green.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Hi, I'm Rania. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is when I take a bite, I just taste flavor, flavor, flavor. The veggies and beans and tortilla strips, they're combined to perfection.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi. Looking for a new or used ride? Look no further than the automotive giant that is on Northside Drive in Summersville. 8 franchises, 1 big location. Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Ford. All at Northside Automotive and Midstate Ford. Largest used inventory in Central West Virginia and rock bottom prices. NorthsideWV.com. MidstateFordWV.com. All on Northside Drive in Summersville.
Generations Physical Therapy is a Tri-States Championship partner for comprehensive physical therapy and sports rehabilitation services. Access to physical therapy has never been easier, with extended hours and walk-in services available. Generations Physical Therapy. Multiple services, multiple locations, experience you can trust.
We welcome you back inside Huntington's Mountain Health Arena, looking at the place winners of the 132-pound class in Class AAA. Matthew McAfee of St. Albans, now with his second state championship, a junior. He went under Jimmy Bales. So we are now ready for the 144-pound state championship. And we start with Colby Hamilton out of Fairmont Senior, trying to give the Polar Bears a second straight state champ and a third on the evening. Hamilton's a senior. He was the Region 1 champ, and he was the 2022 state champ at 138. Runner-up in 2021, and in 2020, fourth place. So just kept climbing the ladder. Jim was fourth, the runner-up. Got the championship taste a year ago, now trying to do it for a second time. Colby Hamilton on the season, coming in here 44-1. Michael Fortier, Jay Michael, Nick Hedrick, and Steve Gabbert are his coaches. And Blaine Jarvis representing Braxton County. Great program under the Hall of Famer Sterling Bean. He's a junior, Region 2 champ. Third last year at 138. Fourth at 120 in the 2021 season. He is 54-1 on the season, 113-8 for his career. In Sterling Bean, Rick Jarvis, Jamie Given are the coaches at Braxton County.
And fitting as this should be, Mark, these are in the 144-pound AA single A match. This is the number 1 and the number 2 ranked wrestler in their weight class, with Jarvis, the underclassman, being ranked 1, and Hamilton, the senior, being ranked 2. However, and you mentioned this earlier, Mark, both of these guys competed at 138 last year, where Hamilton came away as the winner and Jarvis had to settle for third place. Should be a dandy match.
Of course, when you are the first 2 wrestlers to be introduced, then you have to wait.
Wait for the other group to go through.
I really love the way they do it here. 2 matches going at once. St. Albans, there's a program in AAA that's really grown, Jim, over time. 3 finalists. All right, we're underway here. AA, single A, 144-pound state championship on the line. Blaine Jarvis in the white, Colby Hamilton in the blue.
Hamilton being a little bit more aggressive right off the bat than Jarvis, but both these guys know each other well.
2 guys out there on the mat, Jim, that have tasted defeat only twice this season, each with 1 loss.
Both of them excellent wrestlers, know what they're doing, great careers, great programs that they're in. So you're going to see both of them be just a little bit cautious right now. And we want to see some action. So they called that a stalemate, even though they were on the edge of the mat. Really wasn't a stalemate. They just want to try to stimulate them to wrestle a little bit here.
Billy Creed, Joe Rector are the officials for this match. 2 guys been at this sport a long time. Billy Creed from Elkview, West Virginia, 40 years of experience, 12 state tournaments. And Joe Rector out of Walton, West Virginia, 17 years of experience in 7 state tournaments.
It was a nice job by Hamilton to understand his presence. Super deep shot, but he didn't get finished with the ankle. He's going to use his strength here if he can, if Jarvis can, to pull off. It sees Hamilton tries to find his way to the edge, but he's already got a 2 for Jarvis. for a takedown.
Jarvis was determined. I mean, that was brute strength right there.
That was just straight up, I'm going to just pick you up and throw you back down on the mat.
Battling against a guy who a year ago won a state championship at 138, Colby Hamilton, a technical fall over Cody Camp of Ritchie County, a 20-2 win. I'm trying for another here, and Jarvis has struck first.
So now that the scoring has been broken, these guys are going to use their strength in what they do best. In Hamilton's instance, he's going to use his length against Jarvis's strength, and Jarvis won that first bout with that early takedown.
Hamilton defeated Preston Thomas of Nicholas County with a pin in the first period. Then it was a 5-1 victory over Nico Petrozelli of Winfield, and then Hamilton getting a pin last night against Caleb Nichols of Independence. That came in the third period.
Got to keep going. It's a nice counter by Hamilton. If he can finish it. Good job, both guys.
Yeah.
Good job, good defensive, good coming back. A really nice job of both guys.
It'll be a 2-1 score here, Jarvis. He's green on the scoreboard, green and white uniform, and going up against the blue-clad Colby Hamilton of Fairmont Senior.
Jarvis won the toss, and he elected to take down, so he feels like he can escape from Hamilton.
Sterling Bean, what a career as a head coach, Jim, for Braxton County.
He's been there a long time. He was there when I was coaching back in the 80s, so you know how long he's been there.
Been a fixture, Braxton County athletics for many years, and certainly on the West Virginia high school wrestling scene. Great guy, and trying to see if another one of his Braxton County Eagles can come away with a state championship.
And he got his escape that he was looking for, Jarvis did. 3-1 here in the second.
Well, you hit that mat, if you're Jarvis, knowing I'm taking on a guy that won it all a year ago.
Yeah, Colby Hamilton understands what it's like to be a state champion. He's already been one at 138 a year ago. So he knows he's got his work cut out for him, being down 3-1 here. So he's going to have to get aggressive at some point. Right there it was. They gave him two.
Yeah, they did. Well, he kept those feet.
Yeah, the
in
toes.
That yellow, didn't he,
Yeah,
Jim?
the toes came right up. He wanted to make sure that he got that takedown to tie it up. That's a nice job by Hamilton. Shows you that experience as a senior, that he knows exactly where he is on the mat.
And then right back comes Jarvis with a point to make it 4-3. Two going at it. Battle here in 144.
It was really smart on Jarvis's part, because if he had not exploded up and got that escape, he could have just been hunkered down going into the third tied.
Down to 10 seconds in a 4-3 match, second period. Colby Hamilton and Jarvis out of bounds. Back to the center of the mat with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, you won't see much happen these 3 seconds. He'll just kind of square off, and you're going to look for Hamilton to take down, which he obviously did. He wants to try to get the escape, work on his feet, tie this thing up. Might have another back-to-back overtime. Here we go. We're tied.
2-1 match in AAA. Moses Eads of St. Albans and Braden Lucas of Wheeling Park. St. Albans with a champ earlier in the evening.
See here, we're dead even, not only in the score, Mark, but also in the way they've scored. Both wrestlers have a takedown, and both wrestlers have 2 escape points, so we're knotted up at 4 apiece. So this one might come right down to the wire.
Fairmont Senior already has 2 champs and looking for a 3rd here. And what a great battle between these two. Off, says official Creed.
Yeah, it's a good job by Jarvis there to know where he is on the mat and just use his strength to try to take Hamilton out with him.
Well, did he make a movie about Billy Creed? You called Creed?
Creed.
Oh, wait, that's another Creed.
Yeah, different Creed.
Billy Creed, been at it a long time. Great official from the Kanawha Valley, and he's got himself a dandy here as he's joined out there by Joe Rector. 4-4, Colby Hamilton in the blue from Fairmont Senior. Blaine Jarvis, Braxton County in the white.
It's a dangerous place to be for Jarvis. If he's on the inner third of that, and that's a nice shot, but this length, let's see if he can get it. No, nice saute by Hamilton.
A great effort by Jarvis. Back we go, 4-4. We've had one overtime match. In fact, it was our last showdown. Hunter Spitznagel, Fairmont Senior, got the win over Riley Curran of Doddridge.
I don't know which one it is, Mark, but I don't know. It can't hard to predict here, but I think somebody's going to get up and go here at the last 20 seconds.
Colby Hamilton.
And
got it.
He got the takedown.
2 points for Hamilton.
That state championship experience coming back for Hamilton. That means that Jarvis has 17 seconds to get away and really put pressure on Hamilton.
Jarvis struck first in this match.
Now we got a caution. The caution is on Hamilton.
Right, Jarvis is on his feet. Hamilton takes him back down.
He's hanging on. He's looking at that clock. And we've got 11 seconds to go.
There's some precious time went off there. Because they were almost out, but not quite.
A little bit of a delay. And
Jarvis has to move. He's on his feet. Hamilton hanging onto that foot. Down to 5 seconds for Blaine Jarvis.
And Escape's not going to get it, and Jarvis knows that. So he's going to have to do something like up and a switch or a Granby or something to where he can, if I was Hamilton, I'd just get away from him. You only got 5 seconds to go. Just let him go.
Colby Hamilton has captured a second consecutive state championship. Hamilton, a year ago, a technical fall over Ritchie County's Cody Camp, 20-2. A little tougher to get number 2 here.
Yeah, found himself down early and he fought back well. Jarvis got the takedown. He got away from him. He went into the second period. Jarvis took down, tied it up. Then Hamilton hit with a takedown to take the lead, and he escaped off of that. Jarvis did to tie it up, and then it came down to the grit in the third period. And we see that Hamilton's pretty excited.
Yeah, get a good look right there. He's
headed. That's his legs, by the way. They've drug him over into the stands. So he's very happy to be a 2-time state champion.
Now you see wrestlers, they celebrate it in various ways, but what a feeling it is. And Colby Hamilton has experienced it for a second time. The Fairmont Senior knocks off Blaine Jarvis here in what was just a terrific match. And Jarvis Jr., he got a taste of it here tonight, Jim. And
yes.
No doubt he'll be back.
Oh, he'll be back, definitely. He's good coaching, good kid. He knows what he needs to do, and I'm sure he'll be back next year to avenge that runner-up.
And you know what I like about Jarvis? He just lost, but he's over there with his coaches. They're huddled. They're talking, not sulking.
No, they're not talking about how they lost. What they're talking about is what they need to do next year.
We want to be back here, and we want to have the arm raised.
And here's what we got to do. That's exactly right.
So we move on.
A lot of class act out of that coaching staff and those kids.
Looking forward to our next match. We're going to have Isaac Harris, senior from Berkeley Springs. He's going to go up against Judah Price, a senior. Outstanding football player, but a young man that has not been able to get to the top of the podium here at the state wrestling tournament. Hopes to do so as a senior. So we break away here in Huntington Mountain Health Arena, the venue once again for the 20 23 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament. You're watching live streaming coverage here on the NFHS Network.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Back inside Mountain Health Arena here in Huntington, getting set for the 150-pound state championship matches. And we call the one on Class AA, Single A's, Mat 1. And we have Isaac Harris of Berkeley Springs, a senior, the Region 1 champ. He was 5th in 2022, 4th in 2021, 4th in 2020. He'll bring a 41-5 season record on to the mat here tonight. Career record 152-28. Derek Hogermail, Ryan Deal, Sean Deal, Jamie Harris, and Mike Riggleman are his coaches. And Judah Price, decorated football player, Gatorade Player of the Year in West Virginia, the Kennedy Award winner 2 straight years. Independence High School has had the Kennedy Award winner as West Virginia's top football player. Judah Price, a runner-up in 145 a year ago, and the runner-up in 2021 at 120. He's 48-2 on the season, 123-12. Cliff Warden, Jamie Boland, Connor Gibson, and David Hart are his coaches.
Yeah, as you said, as decorated as Judah Price has been, the one thing that's eluded him, Mark, is a state championship in wrestling. And he looks awfully determined when he headed out to that mat.
Well, you think about what happened a year ago, and he lost in overtime to Justin Bartee. Gave Bartee all he wanted, who Bartee was trying to win a 4th straight state championship and did, but it was a 2-1 overtime match.
Right.
You talk about a guy really having to earn a 4th straight state championship. Bartee
didn't have an easy road by any stretch. So,
and then a couple of matches later, Derek Rake of Point Pleasant, he became a 4-time state champ in the state, and now wrestling at Ohio University.
And the days of that, years ago, Mark, how it was so rare, is becoming more commonplace because these kids are wrestling in clubs, they're wrestling in tournaments in the summer, they're wrestling year-round. If you're kids that's really dedicated wanting to wrestle in college, you're going to find a way to wrestle year-round.
All right, referees for this match, Jim Copney and Larry Steele. Micaiah Powell out of Parkersburg South, a junior, and Quentin Vallis, a senior from Wheeling Park. Battle of the Patriots there in AAA. We got a Patriot here on Mat 1 in AA Single A, and that's Judah Price trying to take down.
Yeah, you see a nice job there. Really nice job at dragging Harris back onto the mat where he was right on the edge, taking his time, being patient, because Harris has that length on Price, so he's really got to be careful about elevating him too much with that leg.
Larry Steele, one of our officials, 38 years, 2 state tournaments here in West Virginia, and again joined out there by Jim Copney, and Copney from Wheeling, 32 years of experience, and this is his 10th state tournament. So Judah Price, early 2-0 lead here on Isaac Harris in AA Single A's 150-pound state championship match.
And he just surrendered the escape without Harris actually having to earn it. So Price feels comfortable at this point, Mark, to be on his feet as well as he attacked Harris earlier.
Had a little blood issue on the AAA mat. I'll tell you, one of the guys that just works tirelessly at this state tournament year in, year out, Jay Ross, one of the great athletic trainers. Steve Lowe is here working a lot of.
Jenny Johnson.
Yeah, there's just so many people it takes to run all these championship events, regardless of the sport.
Yeah, Nathan Cunningham, another one that these ones that give of their time to come down here and help out with these, taping these kids and making sure that their safety is really paramount here.
So you look at Price, and we know the football, and you got that little stocky, stout build. And then a little more length when it comes to Isaac Harris of Berkeley Springs.
He's got a little bit of the leverage on Price, which, could prove to be his problem. But thinking of what I think that the advantage that Price is going to have, he's incredibly explosive, and he's got great upper body strength.
Isaac Harris out of Berkeley Springs, and just what a neat place with so many quaint restaurants. And, of course, the Roman bathhouses right there in the middle of town, and water temperature at 102 degrees. I'm sure he's gone there and taken a soak a time or two. Place where George Washington.
Absolutely.
And they call it Bath, West Virginia, the town of Bath.
That's right. Now, Harris won the toss in the second, Mark. He chose down, and right now we got Price doing a little bit of work with that leg. If he can get that arm cranked out there and that neck turn, he's going to end up with some back points here real quick. And I'm afraid if he gets Harris on his back with his strength, this is going to be a problem. Now, they're not going to let him keep that leg locked like that the whole time unless he can turn him. I'm surprised they haven't called a stalemate a little sooner.
Judah Price in the gray, Isaac Harris in the blue. Price with the 2-1 lead here. Edging close to going under a minute here on the second period clock.
They're going to hit stalemate here in just a minute.
Under a minute to go here in the second period. Harris on his feet.
Looks like he's got his one. Unless Price can figure out a way to reel him back in with 40 seconds to go, he's probably going to let him go.
Good job by Harris, and we're even at 2.
He really worked hard to get that. He did a nice job of getting his base wide, and because he has that length, that really created a problem for Price to try to work whether he was going to work the legs or not.
For Judah Price, what a football player that young man was. So swift and elusive, and Price. Great move there.
That was a great shuck by. Excellent job by Price to get that takedown with 7 seconds to go. Pivotal point. Now you got a little bit of a controversy.
Berkeley Springs coach wants to talk about it.
He does, and rightfully so. But they're going to go discuss it. You see, that's why they have 2 officials here. They're going to look at it. They're going to discuss it and see what they see, because one saw one side of the angle and one saw the other. So they might be considering making this out of bounds. They reversed it.
Wow.
Mark. They took the points away.
So we are back even.
Now we're going to get a little bit of a controversy. from Independence's coaches because they said you had it, he had it, you gave it to him, and then why'd you take it away? He had his foot on the mat. That's what they're trying to explain.
Cliff Warden, talked to Cliff earlier this evening. Long-time coach at Independence, great success, was a great wrestler at Independence, and he left West Virginia and headed to Virginia and coached in Christiansburg before coming back to Independence.
Wow. That's something we need to take note of here with the last 11 seconds to go in this period. At 2-2 rather than 4-2.
Well, you got two officials out there, Jim, who have 70 years combined experience. All right, so Judah Price will be.
Well, we know he's going to take down, and he's going to be super explosive trying to get up out of there.
Isaac Harris in the blue on top. Dead even at 2. 150-pound state championship, Class AA, Single A on the line here at the state tournament in Huntington inside Mountain Health Arena. Great to have you with us here on the NFHS Network. Got a rematch coming up of a year ago between Evan Zombro of Berkeley Springs and Josh Woyan, a sophomore from Point Pleasant. So Price
gets his escape. Puts him up 3-2.
Think about that. Berkeley Springs, 2 guys in, and both back-to-back matches. You know they're partners in the mat room.
Absolutely. They know what each other does on that mat all the time.
All right. So
now we got Harris is going to have to press a little bit because he's going to have to take some shots because Price is the one in the driver's seat with the 3-2 lead. But Price needs to be a little bit careful because he doesn't just stay back and get hit for a stall warning. And what people don't understand, they look at it like, how come he's not doing something? How come he's not doing something? I think what people don't understand is the fact that he better get off his knees. Is that here comes 2 if he can keep his feet in. Yep.
And he got him. What a move by Judah
Price.
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 Now Isaac Harris in all kinds of trouble at the moment, down 3, 5-2.
Now, you noticed earlier that Price didn't have any trouble letting him go, but this time he's going to have to he wants to make him work a little bit. There's only 30 seconds left in the match, so he doesn't want to give him the one right away. He wants to make him work, and if he gets in trouble, he's just going to let him go.
Judah Price, he's had to settle for second 2 straight years, so there's 1 point for Harris. Now he's going to have to make his move, and Price comes right back with 2.
Super quick.
Judah Price.
That quickness, you can't replace that.
5-3, and Judah Price, the moment he has waited for, the top high school football player in West Virginia, and now a state wrestling champ, and he does
a little bit of the Heisman pose right
trophy
there.
pose. Well, the Kennedy Award is that's the Heisman Trophy of West Virginia. And Judah Price,
that's one happy kid right there.
Runner-up 2 straight years. Last year, bitter pill to swallow, lost in overtime. And I tell you what, but hats off to Isaac Harris.
Yeah, Harris
gave him all he wanted.
Harris gutsy, and both these kids were seniors, so this is the first senior matchup. So these guys got a lot of experience. But I'll tell you what, give some credit to Harris for going after him. He didn't just try to do some type of throw or something like that. And just the unbelievable quickness of Judah Price to just snap at and then spin it, and then next thing you know, he's got his 2, and there's your match.
AAA match at the moment, Wheeling Parks. Micaiah Powell of Parkersburg South going up against Quentin Velos of Wheeling Park. Battle of the Patriots. And Velos in control. That one 11-0. But on the AA, Single A mat, Judah Price, a state champion as a senior out of Independence High School. We'll come back. We've got a rematch of last year, Josh Woyan and Evan Zombro. A year ago, Woyan of Point Pleasant knocked off the Berkeley Spring Indian. We'll see what happens here in 2023. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 76th Annual West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament here on the NFHS Network.
The Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Window World of Beckley, we know windows.
Did you know that Window World has sold over 3 million windows nationwide?
That's a lot of windows and a lot to satisfy customers.
Choose from picture, bay, bow, sliding, and double hung windows and more.
Our windows are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval, and we have a lifetime warranty.
There's never been a better time than now to buy windows.
Call Window World today, 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW for your free estimate.
Back inside Mountain Health Arena in Huntington. Away we go to 157-pound competition. Tonight's coverage of the 76th annual West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament here in the River City. Being presented by your local Little General Stores. Great prices, convenient places. Your local Little General Stores, proud to support all the schools in the communities they serve. And also by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is Southern West Virginia's premier heating and cooling dealer. Give them a call today at 304-890-2212 for all of your HVAC needs. Indoor Air is a proud supporter of the 2023 West Virginia State High School Wrestling Tournament. Jim Mahan, we're clicking along here, man.
We are. We're more than halfway through this 2023 state championship. We got a nice rematch coming up and an even tighter, what I think we're going to end up with a really tight team competition for runner-up with Independence and Point Pleasant. We talked about it and we've alluded to it. We've talked about it a little bit earlier in the contest. Obviously no contest with the idea that Fairmont Senior is going to win it sitting with 206 points. However, second and third, second is Point Pleasant with 171.5. Third is Independence with 161.5. Mark, need I remind you of the last 5 matches, we've got a guy from Independence in the finals, so this could really weigh heavy. Point Pleasant's matches left, they only have 2 kids left in the finals, whereas Independence has 4. Now they're going to have to do something, being 10 back. The way they set up the scoring is you get 4 points for winning the match. If you just win the match in a regular decision, you get 4 points. If you win the match by a major decision, you would get 5 points. And major is 8 to 14 points. If you win the match by a technical fall, which is 15 points or more, well, 15 points, they stop the match, you get 5.5 points. And then if you have a fall or a default or a disqualification, you get 6 points. So potentially, if you looked at it theoretically, Independence could max out with 24 points if they pinned their way through all of their finals, which would be staggering to do that. And then that would vault them ahead of Point Pleasant, even if Point Pleasant had pins in their matches at 157 and 285. That 285 match mark is really critical because it's an Independence versus Point Pleasant.
Tim, you were talking so eloquently, and then you got your picture taken, and you just stopped. You froze.
Yeah,
Rick
I'm not used to having the camera pointed at me. I'm used to pointing the camera at other people.
One of the great sports writers in West Virginia, Martinsburg Daily Journal, Rick Kozlowski. His great column that I read regularly, Just Cause. And Rick is one of the best. He has covered those teams in the Eastern Panhandle and over in Virginia for many, many years. All right, so we have the rematch. Just one of 2 rematches here in the entire state tournament, Jim, and they're both in AA, single A. And at the moment, 157, Evan Zombro of Berkeley Springs, the sophomore, and Josh Woyan, the sophomore, out of Point Pleasant. So interesting, a year ago they were freshmen, and now here they are again. But it was Woyan, the upper hand a year ago. Zombros had a year to think about it. The pin coming in the third period at 5:38 mark. Isaac Harris and Judah Price just had a great match, and Judah Price wins his first state championship after having to settle for second 2 straight years. So Zombro comes in, Region 1 champ, runner-up a year ago at 152, 38-5 on the season, 95-9 for his career. Derek Hoverell, Ryan Deal, Sean Deal, Jamie Harris, and Mike Riggleman are his coaches. Josh Woyan, the sophomore, the Region 4 champ, and the state champ a year ago at 152, 39-7 on the season, 75-14 for his career. John Bonecutter, Jed Ott, Micah Powell, Dave Bonecutter, and George Smith are his coaches.
What you're going to see is 2 different styles here, Mark, with Wowan and Zombro. You have the length of Wowan, and you have that strength of Zombro. Zombro had a tough semifinal match, 3-1, so he had a little bit tougher row to hoe to get into the finals.
157-pound state championship underway.
And you're wondering about this style from Zombro. He likes to be down lower on the mat because he doesn't have that length that Wowan has. So he has to be careful about the picks because of the length of Wowan.
Wowan had a 55-second period pin, first period pin, and then had another first period pin at 109. And then last night defeated Andrew Rollison, a really good wrestler from Herbert Hoover, 7-1. And here's Zombro with the first points in this championship match.
Yeah, that was a slip on Wowan's part. He thought he had it, and he slipped and lost it. So here he's going to get at least 1 and perhaps 2 if he can get his head out. And he got the 1.
Yeah, good job by Wowan, and it's 2-1 here early on.
Yeah, he tried a little bit of a gamble off of it. When he went down, he lost the arm. That's how he lost the point.
Zombro with the pin in his first round match over Theodore Gallahan of Moorfield. Then he defeated Caden Helmer from Shady Spring with a pin in the first period. And as you mentioned, Jim, that tough 3-1 victory over Jim Green from Mann High School.
Tough semifinal. And these 2 guys, of course, they're sophomores, but you know, Wowan here, he's already the state champion a year ago at 152, and he's a sophomore, so he's trying to keep his streak alive right now in a little bit of jeopardy, down 2-1 in the first.
And both of these wrestlers are sophomores, and in our head-to-head matches, 2 sophomores versus sophomore unfolding here tonight. Had 3 matches featuring senior against senior, 2 sophomore against sophomore, one of them right here. 1 featuring freshman against freshman, another sophomore versus senior, just one of those. And 1 match that's freshman against senior, 2 junior against sophomore, and 4 matches featuring a junior and a senior.
Zombro won the toss and deferred, and Wowan took down. So
Wowan in the red, Zombro in the blue. Had some good matches in this stretch here, Jim.
We have had a lot of good matches here. That's a 2 reversal. Nice job by Wowan.
Had 3 pins in this AA, single A championship portion of Championship Saturday. The first 2 matches of the evening, 106 and 113. Dylan Perdue of Independence and Logan Davis of Oak Glen, both winning by a pin. And then later on, Gunnar Andrick, sophomore from Point Pleasant, a 19-second pin. 3-2 lead here for Wowan.
Better get that leg hooked.
And Wowan.
He's working on it. Now we will see some pretty quick stalemates here. They won't not let him sit there on the mat. This won't last very long. unless he can get him turned. Got to be careful with his hips. Got to get his hips up or he's going to lose. He's going to lose the leverage that he's got. If he gets his leg out, he's got the 2. Yep, as soon as he hooks it. Yep, 2 reversal for Zombro.
So Evan Zombro on top 4-3. Again, you go back to last year when they battled, and that pin came in the 3rd period. So they had battled almost to the very end. But here is Wowen right back and trying to put Zombro on his back.
Great balance by Wowen. Got the reversal, and he's got back points. Not yet. He's only got the 1 count right now.
5-4, Zombro trying to fight it off, and he does. Good job by Zombro. Get back to at least the flat base.
He was right there on the precipice of giving up near fall points, but not at this point. He's a little bit spin. He's just going to try to save the tank for 3rd period because they only got about 6 seconds left. Neither one of them are going to do a whole lot probably.
Time runs out in that 2nd period. Pretty exciting there.
Yeah.
Back and forth, 5-4, Zombro and Wowen.
Well, we've had the only scoring we had in this, and now we got a little bit of Zombro's coming up a little bit gimpy, so he does not want injury time. He's going to take straight down. It's 5-4. He's going to try to get a quick escape, but the only points that were scored in the 2nd were all reversals, Mark. Got a caution. The caution is on Wowen. A little bit of an early jump there. And now Zombro is going to take his injury timeout.
He's just trying to stretch it out a little bit. Steve Lowe and Jay Ross will attend to him along with their outstanding student assistants. So you go back, and Dylan Purdue winning by pin at 106. Logan Davis wins by pin, 113. Purdue out of Independence, Davis out of Oak Glen. And then things got a little more interesting in terms of battles. Noah Hess of North Marion and Nathan Wood of Point Pleasant. Hess denies Wood another state championship with a 6-3 victory. Jason Walker and Blake Ringer, 2 freshmen out of Fairmont. Walker from Fairmont Senior, Ringer from East Fairmont, and it was a 2-1 win as Walker scores in the final seconds. Then Hayden Lamb of Oak Glen fell to Gunnar Andrick, sophomore from Point Pleasant, won his 2nd straight state championship, quick 19 second pin. Hunter Spitznagel, 138, junior out of Fairmont Senior, defeated Riley Curran 8-4, and Colby Hamilton, senior
caution.
out of Fairmont Senior, defeated Blaine Jarvis of Braxton County in a good match. So we've had some good matches here. We got a good one brewing here in 157 as Josh Wowen and Evan Zombro meet for the 2nd straight year for a state title.
Well, you got the little bit of the idea that how much can Zombro put pressure on that ankle because he is hurting a little bit. But the other side of that, and he just now scored to tie it up with an escape from Zombro. We'll see if the ankle becomes an issue with Zombro when it comes to him countering, because you know that Wowen's going to be aggressive.
5-5 match here. Wowen, career record 75-14 in the red. Zombro 95-9. Zombro trying to wheel around and gets behind Wowen and gets the 2 points to take a 7-5 lead. Now Wowen has to counter.
Wowen's he's going to run out of time if he doesn't keep. He's going to have to get going. Zombro's just going to. He's not going to seem to do a whole lot here. Doesn't want to get himself in jeopardy, but
lots of time for Wowen, but at the moment, Zombro You think you leave here a year ago and you come back and you're in the same setting against the same guy, Jim. And maybe can you turn the tables?
Yeah, Zomro's hanging on this one. They've got a warning. They stopped the clock with 16 seconds to go. 2-point lead for Zomro, yet he's been warned. So it's not out of the possibility about him trying to hang on, and they hit him with another warning, because if he gets another warning, it's a stall point. And now he's only 1 point away from tying the match up. Oh, that was huge, Mark. That's a third caution on Wowen. That is a point against him. That's the third time this period he had a caution. So that's a penalty point for Zomro, which puts him up 3 with 15 seconds to go.
8-5, Evan Zombro. And Evan Zombro is going to capture the title. It's over. Evan Zombro out of Berkeley Springs a year ago. He lost to Josh Wowen. A year later, he is the champ, and they're both sophomores. Will they meet again?
Yeah, they'll both be back. That is a tough, tough match by Evan Zombro from Berkeley Springs. What a match. Gutted it out. Had a little bit of a gimpy ankle toward the end, but man, was he really busting it toward the end of that match.
Nine matches down, 5 to go. Double A, single A portion of Championship Saturday. We return to Huntington's Mountain Health Arena in a moment. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament on the NFHS Network. I'm not sure. I don't know.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
It's truck season at Midstage Chevrolet. I-79 exit 67 in Flatwoods, where we stock them deeper and sell them cheaper. With 0% financing right here, right now in Flatwoods. With the Mountain State's largest selection of brand new Chevy Silverados. Over 80 in stock now. Plus, we're hooking you up with a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on everything we sell. At Midstage Chevrolet. I-79 exit 67 in Flatwoods. MidstageChevy.com.
Back here at Mountain Health Arena in Huntington, West Virginia. It is Judah Price being honored there on the podium. He's waited a while for that. runner-up 2 years in a row, and finally gets his state championship. But what a match we just had. A rematch of that last year, and Josh Wowen, a Point Pleasant, the winner last year over Evan Zombro. This year, Zombro turns the table in the battle of sophomores, and he gets his first state championship.
Yeah, a little bit of a revenge for Zombro, but and an exciting match there toward the end. 8-6 was the final, with a lot of interesting things going on. Just role reversals in the second period. Wowen started down. Zombro deferred. Rowan got a reversal. Zombro got a reversal, and right toward the end of that second period, Wowen got a second reversal. But then one of the pivotal pieces of that match, Mark, was the caution on Wowen. He got two caution warnings, and then a penalty point, and that ended up causing it to be more of an effort there for him to try to score and make up that difference.
So now we get set for 165. Freshman Jesse Adams. When we talked about all the classification matchups, this is our senior versus freshman matchup. Trenton Bush of Lewis County and Jesse Adams of Independence. Adams is the younger brother of Noah Adams, who had an outstanding career at West Virginia University.
We're talking about opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of classes. Plus, Bush had a fairly tough semifinal match, Mark, 5-2 in his match, and you alluded to this earlier, the only senior freshman matchup. So been interesting to see experience versus the exuberance of the freshmen.
Well, we saw Andrick last year, Gunnar Andrick, who won a second state championship earlier here in 19 seconds. He defeated a Lewis County wrestler a year ago.
That was a senior.
Down Brock Mitchell in the second period.
Yeah, you'd probably forgotten Hunter Andrick because he wasn't out there very long.
Yeah, quick work tonight. So Jesse Adams, freshman, he was the Region 3 champ, 42-8 on the season. Cliff Warden, Jamie Boland, Connor Gibson, and David Hart are his coaches. Trenton Bush of Lewis County, the senior, Region 2 champ. He was third at 152 a year ago, 55-5 this season. Has a career record of 172-39, coached by Larry Bush, Rob Eiler, and Eddie Williams.
Let's see, early in this match, you see a lot of good quickness and speed from Adams. Bush is just a clinical technician. He's been around a long time. He's wrestled a lot of matches. He's wrestled over 200 high school matches in his career, so he's been out there on that mat a lot. As a matter of fact, he's been out on the mat 4 times as much as Adams has. Of course, there is a difference in their grades, but that's a lot of high school matches to wrestle.
Adams had a pin in his opening round match and then a major decision, and then tough 6-4 victory over Braxton Delugopolsky of Oak Glen last night in the semifinal round. Meanwhile, for Trent Bush, a victory over Point Pleasant's Cooper Gregg with a pin in the first period. Then he got a second period pin against Wyatt Brady of Wheeling Central. And then last night in the semifinal round, he knocked off Chase Lowe 5-2.
A lot of activity. Both these guys are really going at it, which I think is good and active. 47 seconds left in this first period with no score. Good deep shot by Adams there. See if he can finish it. Got a little bit of trouble with the length of Bush.
Adams visited with us here before his match.
Oh, he's already got the cradle. He's got it locked.
Here comes Adams.
This is really important in terms of team points if he can finish him off in the last 15 seconds. Looks like Bush knows what he needs to do if he can keep that shoulder up.
Adams in his first state tournament trying to get a first period pin in a championship match. He won't get the first period pin, but he gets the back points and takes a commanding 5-0 lead into the second period.
Does an excellent job on the shot. And then what happened is Bush tried to get up, and he put that near knee next to that head, just kind of invited that near side cradle from Adams.
Trenton Bush digs himself a bit of a hole here as we begin the second period.
Two more points on the takedown from Jesse Adams, the freshman, who has a commanding 7-0 lead against the senior Trenton Bush from Lewis County.
Brian Pauly and Tommy Dodd are the officials. Dodd out of Clarksburg, 9 years of experience and his second state tournament. And for Brian Pauly, 17 years of experience and his 7th state tournament, as those guys look on as Jesse Adams leads it 7-0 here.
Yeah, he's got a good job. He's very quick. You can see how Jesse Adams was to lock that near side cradle. Bush is in a little bit of trouble here if he doesn't get out from underneath this. Good job on the wide base. Nice escape by Bush. The quickness of Adams here is going to be, if he can keep this type of pressure and acceleration on Bush, it's going to be trouble when he enters the third period.
Bush is on the board, but trails by 6 on the AAA match. Elijah Edge, former state champ out of St. Albans, taking on Patrick Jackson, the Spring Mills. A couple of seniors going at it there. Cliff Warden.
Oh, nice in shot from Bush. Nice single leg. If he can get up off of his knees here and elevate, can walk his way up to the waist, he's going to run out of time.
Cliff Warden was letting his young wrestler know.
They have given it to him. They gave the takedown to Bush right at the end of the second period.
Cliff Warden was trying to tell his young wrestler how much time he had left there, and just schooling him and showing him the ropes, as he, a former state champion himself. And right now, 7-3 lead here, and Adams goes right to town, and
that's a stick. He missed it. There it is.
And Adams, the freshman. Well, anytime you win that freshman state championship, then the talk begins that you got a shot at being a four-timer, and Jesse Adams wins it. Third period pin over Trenton Bush.
And more importantly, yes, it's very important for Rochus. He just locks up that near side cradle, and he uses good balances, spreads him out, elevates that leg. He had the pin there, but the official had to get over to the other side, and he's got him buried. And what we're talking about here is a really tight team championship now, or team runner-up between Independence and Point Pleasant. It's going to come down, I'm afraid, Mark, down to the 285-pounders.
Well, 3 champs for Independence, and the latest, the freshman Jesse Adams, and now his teammate Colton Caron is set to battle Adam Angel in our second of 2 rematches from a year ago. That will be in the 175-pound class. First AAA's got to complete its 150 or 165-pound championship showdown between Elijah Edge and Patrick Jackson. So we return to the AA single A match in a moment here on the NFHS Network.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, Tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Window World in Beckley, we know windows.
Did you know that Window World has sold over 3 million windows nationwide?
That's a lot of windows and a lot to satisfy customers.
Choose from picture, bay, bow, sliding, and double hung windows and more.
Our windows are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval, and we have a lifetime warranty.
There's never been a better time than now to buy windows.
Call Window World today, 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW, for your free estimate.
Back here in Huntington Mountain Health Arena, as we are down to 4 matches to go in the AA Single A competition, and the same for AAA. 175, 190, 215, and 285. Those championships still to be decided. Well, Jim, as we move along here, what's jumped out at you throughout the evening?
Well, what I've been most impressed with, Mark, is some of these freshmen are wrestling like they're seniors, and some of the seniors are wrestling like they're freshmen. So it's been real interesting to see that, and there's been some really tough matches, some gritty matches, some quick matches, some upsets. We've had a little bit of everything in this state championship, which makes it really, really special.
Well, start out, we had a junior, then another junior, and then a sophomore, and then a freshman, another sophomore, a junior, a senior, another senior, a sophomore, and now just a freshman, another freshman. So you talk about those young guys, and
we only had 3 in the finals anyway. Yeah. 2 of them already won.
And so we are going to see these guys for some time now here at the state wrestling tournament. 76th year for championship wrestling in West Virginia. They started it in 1948 in Morgantown. 2 teams competed for the championship that year. And there were a lot more,
duel, you know?
And there were a lot more schools in West Virginia back then, believe it or not, but down through the years, consolidation has taken its toll on some of the schools around this great state. And many of those schools that are consolidated ones have built outstanding wrestling programs.
They have, many of them. And you mentioned earlier, Mark, about those freshmen, how they get that state title under their belt, but they also get that target on their back.
Right, exactly.
So now they come back the next year, and everyone expects them to just win it. And there's really a lot of pressure on those kids as they continue to go up through the ranks in their sophomore year, junior year, and even into their senior year, that everybody just kind of expects them to win, and everybody else is trying to knock them off. So that makes it a little bit tougher for some of them. Got the guys that's coming up in the 175-pound class. Both of them are seniors, as you alluded to earlier, Mark. And again, another wrestler from Independence trying to inch their way ever closer to the Point Pleasant Big Blacks as they try to overtake them for second place in the team standings.
That pin by Jesse Adams, the 4th of the night here in AA Single A. And, they're
only 4 points behind Point.
And we love these close matches right down to the wire. Not sure the coaches enjoyed them as much.
Well, it's what's interesting. If you go to this 175 match, you got right now Independence is 4 points behind Point Pleasant. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, because you got Karan there from Independence. Let's say he wins this match against Angel. Well, now we're tied. Now we got at 190, you got Hanshaw wrestling against Hart. They're both out of the same region, and Hanshaw pretty much didn't have a whole lot of trouble with Hart from Indy. So that negates Indy taking the lead. We could theoretically head into the 285-pound match with the second and third place team tied and both of them wrestling against each other.
Yeah, Angel and Karan a year ago. Karan came away with the win by a final of 4-2.
Tight. Fully expect the same type of match here. Of course, a little bit of the momentum is swinging toward Independence. Kara on.
All right, so as we deliver the data for these two, Adam Angel out of Cameron, senior, and he's the Region 1 champ. Runner-up at 170 a year ago, as we mentioned. 2021, fourth place, 170. 2020, sixth place, 170. 24-3 this season, 140 for his career. Tim Jones, Sean Fullerton, Derek Martin, and Chet Pedro are his coaches. Colton Karen out of Independence, senior. He's the Region 3 champ at 170 a year ago, fifth at 145 in 2021. 32-3 on the season, 109-23 for his career. Cliff Warden, Jamie Boland, Connor Gibson, and David Hart are his coaches. We'll have a regional rematch coming up. Well, actually, Hanshaw won the regional against Hart, but it was a forfeit, so see what unfolds between those two. But right now, it's a rematch of last year's championship round, and we're underway. Karen in the gray and Angel in the blue, and Karen goes right to town, and they'll give him two. Early on, the Indy wrestler with the advantage. And Dylan Purdue winning it 106 for Independence. Judah Price at 150. And Jesse Adams at 165. Those are the Patriot champs at the moment. Over on our AAA match.
Dangerous move there.
Over on the AAA match, Luca Felix of University and Gage Wright of Parkersburg South. A couple of outstanding juniors colliding. Karen with the big lift there of Angel here in 175. Full house. Nice crowd here tonight. Not many seats. Of course, some people will start to filter out as the evening goes on. Now, you've been around the tournament a long time. You were a state placer, and you were a championship coach. You were a collegiate wrestler. Do you like just going in the order of the weight classes?
You know, I'm a little mixed about that, I guess. I mean, I kind of like them where they started because, you know, when they did that where they pulled out whatever weight class it was and they started there, at least it made people feel like they had to watch all of the matches, or at least until theirs came through. So I'm a little bit mixed about starting from the beginning and going to the end.
I know you were in the heavyweight division, so
I was always in the heavyweight.
The weight was grueling.
Yeah, and it wasn't 285. It was as much as you could weigh at that point in time.
Just waiting out every tournament. You knew you were going to be at the end.
Right at the end.
All right, time winding down here in this first period. Battle of two wrestlers who saw each other on this stage a year ago, and
wow,
Karen, who won it a season ago 2-0, or won it. It leads at 2-0 at the moment. Won it last year 4-2.
Angel won the toss and deferred, and that meant that put Karen down in the second period. Let's see how we start this one.
Both wrestlers pretty nice long frames.
Yeah, they're kind of pretty evenly matched up. They got to be careful here. I'll let that one go a little bit early. A little bit of blood there.
Cameron was awarded the Single A Championship Team Trophy a year ago. They have started, even though it's still Double A, Single A competition in the individual setting, they are recognizing the Single A teams in the tournament that scored the most points as state champs.
Right. Get a reversal there from Karen.
And now on top 4-0 here in this second period of action.
This is really an important match for Angel because he's the only participant left from Cameron, and they are currently holding on to a 5-point lead in the Class A team competition.
Now Angel going to have to start making some aggressive decisions here.
He's getting to his feet a lot, but he's getting broken down by Karen there. But he's nice snap back on that one. This is some back points coming up.
Tommy Dodd and Shane Kildo are the officials. Karen trying to record a second period pin here.
He's got it. He's got to get that elbow out.
There you go. A second straight pin for Independence and a second straight state championship for Colton Karen over the same opponent, Adam Angel. And a couple of seniors there. And Karen, a two-time state champion.
It's a nice job by Karen there to really work that one, and he just went quickly with that snap back and had him on his back before he knew it, before Angel knew what was going on.
The celebration by the Independence Patriot, Colton Karen, and he's a state champ for a second straight year, and Independence in that program's great history has another title winner. Dalton Hanshaw, senior from Nicholas County, set to meet up with Josh Hart of Independence, a senior. Senior versus senior at 190. 3 matches to go in Double A, Single A, and we will bring them to you in just a moment. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament here on the NFHS Network.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Rania. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is when I take a bite, I just taste flavor, flavor, flavor. The veggies and beans and tortilla strips, they're combined to perfection.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
That's a loss, right?
Yeah. Back.
Now Gage Wright, one of the standouts of Parkersburg South's football team that made it to the state championship in Wheeling and fell to Huntington High, battling with Luca Felix for the 175-pound state championship, Class AAA. And this one about to wrap up right with the 7-2 lead. And for Parkersburg South, they've got the right stuff. As Gage Wright claims the state championship there for the Patriots. Felix, outstanding wrestler. Wright the winner. Parkersburg South, Robert Shockey Jr. getting set to meet up with Cabell Midland's Nick Giapalo. Giapalo, a returning state champ. We are set to meet up with Dalton Hanshaw, senior from Nicholas County, Josh Hart, a senior from Independence. They were set to meet in the regional championship of Region 3, but it was a forfeit for Hart. So now here they are, ready to get together and go at it. Hanshaw's got a career record of 123 and 37. He was fourth at 170 in 2022, fourth, or make that sixth in 2021 at 170. And now he's moved up to 190 and going to try to win a state championship. Josh Hart, a senior, 48 and 8. And looking not only for his first placement ever in a state tournament, but it's in the place you want to be, the championship.
Exactly. The absolute worst that he's going to finish is runner-up, and I'm sure he wouldn't be satisfied with that, seeing how his team is battling out for a runner-up position in the team title.
While we have a moment, tonight's live streaming coverage being presented by your local Little General stores. Great prices, convenient places. Your local Little General stores, proud to support all the schools in the communities they serve. And tonight's coverage being presented by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is Southern West Virginia's premier heating and cooling dealer. Give them a call today at 304-890-2212 for all of your HVAC needs. Indoor Air is a proud supporter of the 2023 West Virginia State High School Wrestling Tournament. Well, we have had back-to-back pins by Independence wrestlers. Josh Hart will try to see if he can make it a third in a row.
Well, in terms of decisions, Mark, in the matches that actually go the distance, the biggest gap we've had was in the Judah Price match at 150 at 7-3, a 4-point differential. We had a 2-point differential between Colby Hamilton and Blaine Jarvis at the 144, a razor-thin 2-1 victory for Jason Walker for Fairmont Senior, and then Hess with a 6-3 win over Nathan Wood from Point Pleasant. Those have been the tight. Well, we had a tight match again there toward the end. That real exciting one with Wowen and Zomro from Berkeley Springs, 8-6.
Looking back at the regionals from 2 weekends ago, they now have regionals and then take 2 weeks before coming here to Charleston had an outbreak a couple of years back and really fouled things up, so they decided let's go 2 weeks before hitting the mats here in Huntington, and thought it was a good move.
Yeah, I think that was a really good move by the SSAC because, that gives them that gap time in case something like this were to ever happen again. That would have given them the lead time. If you remember a few years ago, Mark, they wrestled half of the state tournament.
Yeah, had to go to Fairmont.
And had to go up to Fairmont for the rest of it. And that just, the teams that win that year, a little bit of their glory's taken away in the fact that they don't get to celebrate that all at the same time.
Looking back on those regionals, though, the Region 1 tournament won by Fairmont Senior. It was tight with Berkeley Springs. Of course, a whole different story, though, when you get here to Huntington, the point differential and how things are distributed. But Fairmont Senior won it. The Region 2 tournament was captured by Braxton County. Rome County was the runner-up. Region 3 was captured by Independence. Herbert Hoover was second. And Point Pleasant won Region 4. Williamstown was the runner-up. Well, 3 matchups with senior versus senior, and this is the third and final of those here with Dalton Hanshaw, the Nicholas County Grizzly out of beautiful Summersville, West Virginia, going up against Josh Hart, senior from Independence there in Raleigh County, Coal City, in the home of the 2022 West Virginia Class AA state football champions. I mean, that football team they had was a machine. They had been runner-up the season before, had 19 out of 22 starters returning, and it was theirs for the taking. And they kind of mowed through the competition and captured that crown there on the island in Wheeling.
Yeah, Mark had an opportunity to chat with Josh Hart before the finals when they were warming up, and he talked to me a little bit about how Dalton Hanshaw had handed him a loss earlier in the year, and I asked him what was it going to take, and he said, I got to wrestle a little bit smarter. I got to pay attention to my mat position where I need to be and when I execute my moves. So he knows what he needs to do, and he's pretty focused, and this should be a dandy. And we're getting ready to get started here.
Then we had 8 runner-up from a year ago, and since then 3 have won, 3 did not, and we still have 2 to go. So we're underway here in this 190-pound championship match between Hanshaw and Hart. Hart in the gray, Hanshaw in the blue.
Good job by Hanshaw. He's attacking down low. He's very quick, very strong. You can tell he's got a really good grip, and he likes to use the strength in the upper body. So if he gets a good clamp on that leg, Hart's going to have to really fight.
48 victories on the season for Hart. 28 on the season for Hanshaw. Chris Hanshaw is joined there at Matt's side by Kevin Amick. Coaching staff for Nicholas County, Cliff Warden, Jamie Boland, Connor Gibson, and David Hart are the coaches for Independence. Our officials for this match, Chris Desario and Jim Copney. Desario, 38 years, 17 state tournaments, and Copney, 32 years of experience and 10 state tournaments.
So we got a lot of experience out there on that map from the officials, and you got 2 guys here that are both seniors and been veterans, been around, so they should know what's at stake here for the state championship. A little bit more on the line for Independence is, like I said, Mark, they're really vying for that state runner-up.
And Jim, am I seeing this right on the AAA match? It's already 8-3.
It is.
And it's in the first period.
It is.
Nick Giapalo, a defending state champ, going up against Robert Shockey. And Shockey's been in this setting twice. Was injured as a freshman and lost last year by forfeit he was the quarterback. We mentioned Gage right there a moment ago on that Parkersburg South team that was the AAA runner-up in football. Shockey, really good football player. He was the quarterback. So, all right, we head to the second period here. AA, single A, and Hanshaw and Hart. No score. Hanshaw.
Very quick off of the whistle, Hanshaw is. It's really going to make Hart work to try to stay behind him. Doesn't have the length for that cradle. Nice step through. That's a good surrender by Hart. Instead of give up the 2, he just gave up the 1. So we got the first points on the board from Dalton Hanshaw from Nicholas County.
We mentioned they did not get to have this championship match in the region. Hart won by forfeit. And now here's Hart with 2 to take the 2-1 lead. And the same thing happened at the regional in AAA Region 4. Giapalo won due to a forfeit by Shockey. So you had both of those championship matches at the regional stage in this weight class.
This particular weight class.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Second period. Deuces are wild right now.
Yeah,
second period, we're tied at 2.
Straight up. We got a takedown. We had an escape from Hanshaw, takedown from Hart, then another escape from Hanshaw. He's been a little bit laxed in keeping his balance here in this second period. Knowing that Hart has a little bit of advantage that he's got to be, he will probably be down to start the third. So that gives him the advantage of at least trying to escape to untie this 2-2 duel.
Hart trying to become the 5th Independence State Championship, state champion of the night, and win his state championship as a senior. This is it. You're a senior.
Yeah. Got to go at it. This is the last match of these two guys' high school career when we are tied 2-2, and we know that Hart was going to take down. So let's see what Dalton Hanshaw can do here in the start of this third period.
I tell you, when you've wrestled as many years and put in all the work and time, and now here you are. Unless you're heading off to college, this is your last match ever, and here is Hanshaw and Hart, and
he's got the 1.
1 point. Headgear flies off there as Hart has the 3-2 lead. I mean, it just didn't fly off.
It went catapulting across the
flying saucer here.
Absolutely.
In Mountain Health Arena. All right, so Hart with the 1 point edge here. 1:39 to go as we start back up.
We got 3-2 now. All Hanshaw needs to do, I know this sounds easier than it is, but if he can get a takedown here, but he has to bide his time because he's had trouble. It said earlier that Hanshaw was having balance issues, and right there was a classic example, and Hart didn't take the opportunity to attack on that, and he really had a chance here. He had a window open, he didn't take it. But, both these guys are a little bit gassed with 1:10 left in the third, so we'll see what kind of will and grit as we come down the stretch.
People have no idea.
No, they don't.
What these 2 minutes take out of that body.
You know that Hanshaw's a little bit tired. His feet are close together. He's crossing over his feet a little bit. He's trying to get a little bit going for the last part of this if he can elevate it.
Up there for a moment. He might be moving towards some back points. Trying to hang on there. Well, he thought he had a takedown there. Thought he was going to be gathering in. Frustrated. Now he's got to go back to work quickly here with under 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, that was his best opportunity right there. And he's going to have to do something pretty bizarre here in the last 15 seconds.
Hart trying to hang on here.
Hart's looking at the clock. And he just got hit with a stall warning.
7 seconds to go. Dalton Hanshaw needs the move of his life right here And
got to go. And we have this much time. Not enough time there left.
Heart. Both wrestlers with a lot of heart. And it is another victory for Independence. 4 straight wins for the Patriots.
Wow.
Make that 3 straight, forgive me.
Yes, 3 straight.
And they have one more
Judah
wrestler
Price,
to go.
they got one more to go in Logan Isom at the 285.
So the 5th champion of the night for Independence. So Josh Hart is the winner of the Class AA Single A 190-pound class. And Nick Giapalo there for Cabell Midland in control of Robert Shockey in the AAA 190-pound class. Giapalo looking for his 2nd state championship victory. It's all over here in AA Single A. We return to Mountain Health Arena. 2 matches to go, 215 and 285. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 76th annual West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament on the NFHS Network.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Window World of Beckley, we know windows.
Did you know that Window World has sold over 3 million windows nationwide?
That's a lot of windows and a lot to satisfy customers.
Choose from picture, bay, bow, sliding, and double hung windows and more.
Our windows are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval, and we have a lifetime warranty.
There's never been a better time than now to buy windows.
Call Window World today, 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW for your free estimate.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Rania. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is when I take a bite, I just taste flavor, flavor, flavor. The veggies and beans and tortilla strips, they're combined to perfection.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
Back here inside Mountain Health Arena on the NFHS Network. Along with analyst Jim Mahan and Mark Martin. Great to have you with us here. 2 matches to go, Jim. 215 and 285. And before the start of the night, we knew Fairmont Senior was the champ, but we knew there was going to be a battle for the runner-up spot, and there is.
Well, hats off to Independence. Mark, they got 6 guys in the finals, and they're 5 for 5. So they've done everything they need to do, and as a consequence of their productive work in the finals, they now have a 6-point lead over Point Pleasant for the runner-up position in Class AA. What that does, it sets up a really interesting 285, not just for the individual championship, but it's not just good enough for Colton Weaver and his Point Pleasant Big Blacks to win. In order for them to share runner-up title with Independence, he's going to have a pin, and a technical fall won't do it. If he wins by technical fall, they'll finish 1/2 of a point behind Independence.
All right, Cole Vandal, a junior from Greenbrier West, and Noah Casto, a senior from Clay County. So a year ago, Casto lost in the championship to Cody Hauser of St. Mary's by a final of 2-0. And now here he is back trying to win a state championship.
You got 2 outstanding wrestlers here, Mark, one from Clay and one Noah Casto and Cole Vandal from Greenbrier West, both good coaching staffs, both of them with state tournament experience. So Noah Casto had a pretty tough semifinal. He won 4-2 in a real gritty contest in his match.
Watched Josh Hart meet Dalton Hanshaw, Hart from Independence and Hanshaw from Nicholas County. So Cole Vandal, Greenbrier West, a junior. Greenbrier West has had an outstanding program down through the years. They're in Charmco, beautiful Greenbrier County. Cole Vandal a year ago was 4th at 182. 57-3 is his record coming into this match. 112-13 for his career. Jeremy Tincher, Steven Tincher, Caleb Currents, and Trevor Brown are his coaches. Noah Casto from Clay, he's the Region 2 champ. Vandal, the Region 3 champ. And Casto, runner-up 220 last year, runner-up 221, and 5th in 220. So he has come to the state tournament every year and has placed, and now here he is in the championship for a 3rd straight time. 56-4 heading into this match. 162-14 for his career, guided by Jamie Donut McDonough, Mike Minger, and Tim Casto, and a quick takedown by Cole Vandal.
Very nice move on that single leg, outside single for Casto. Like you said earlier, Mark, he's been there. He's been to the dance the last couple of years and came up just a little bit short, so he's on a mission this year.
Well, we saw now Casto able to get to his feet, so Casto hoping to do what Judah Price did earlier this evening, young man out of Independence who had lost 2 straight championships and then finally got it as a senior. Now here's Casto, a senior. Casto's in the white, Vandal in the gray. Steve Stoffel Jr., our lead official in this match, along with Todd Chevalier.
Casto with the early lead, 2-1.
How about Steve Stoffel Jr.? He has been a part of this state tournament as a wrestler. He coached in championship matches
yes.
and has been an official in a lot of championship matches.
I think the only thing I haven't seen him do is clean up the matches. Take care of the blood issue.
Casto and Vandal locked up here. Opening period. Casto losing 2-0 a season ago.
finished with the first period, 2-1 lead for Vandal from Greenbrier West.
The thing about this, Jim, Casto has been to the championship, lost 5-2 and 2-0. Those are gut-wrenching losses.
Yeah, he's
right now
down
he's
2-1.
And now he's tied at 2.
Yeah, he just gave him the escape.
Yeah. Second period underway here between Casto and Vandal. 215-pound state championship. Two different builds with these guys.
Yeah.
Casto the stocky and Vandal the taller of the two.
You see a lot less lateral movement out of the bigger fellas, and a lot of the stuff upstairs where they like to throw and do some shucks and a lot of that pummeling upstairs.
We had 4 matchups classification-wise that had a junior against a senior, and 2 of the 4 in these final 2 matches, and this is one of them. So for Casto, there is no tomorrow. Vandal has another season.
I was really impressed with Vandal's quickness early on, but since then he has really just more done a cursory type.
Yeah, I mean he got his 2.
He got his 2 early. Mm-hmm.
Vandal shoots.
Got a warning there on Casto for stalling. Now we're down to 36 seconds into the second period. We've got a warning on Casto.
Brock Keller, a sophomore from University, just pinned Eric Brothers, a senior from Wheeling Park.
Really nice ankle pick by Vandal to get that takedown.
Now
and he's got back points.
And Casto gets pinned right on the edge of the circle. There was a quick pin at 2:15 on the AAA mat. Brock Keller of University got the win, and Casto. Tough loss for that young man. Yeah. 3 straight times he's been in this setting, but you know, Jim, your heart as the takedown of the coach continues on.
He kept that, and he had him stuck. He's just trying to get off the mat, but Steve Stoffel Jr. saw otherwise.
But if you think about Casto's career and what happened there, it's a situation where Casto now is in a situation where he is, you know, knowing how tough it's going to be. He's lost 2 tough matches, and now the pressure is really on in that third time go-round. But guys like that, all you can say is there are so many wrestlers who would love to trade places with you.
That don't even get that opportunity. And when you say, gosh, this guy's tough luck, he's had 3 runner-ups, but like you said, Mark, there's been a lot of guys that wish they were out there wrestling that last match of the year too. And I mean, like you said, Noah Casto had a wealth of experience at the state tournament level. I mean, he placed every year that he went. As a freshman, he was 5th, and then he was a runner-up, and then he was a runner-up, and unfortunately for him, he's a runner-up again. But you know, don't take anything away. He had a great senior career, 56-4 rolling into this match. So he just got he got a kid that really had a lot of heart. The junior and Cole Vandal out of Greenbrier West, and he just took it to him.
Yeah, Vandal. Yeah, let's not take anything away from Vandal and what he did here tonight. Gets his first state championship, and he will return. And you know, we were talking a little bit about what had unfolded there right before the pin here on our mat. It was the young man from University, Brock Keller. He pinned Eric Brothers of Wheeling Park. Brothers was going for his third state
he got stuck.
And
he got stuck because he had a throw. He slipped the throw, slipped through on the throw, and he just couldn't recover.
Logan Easom, a senior from Independence. Colton Weaver, a junior from Point Pleasant. They are set to wrestle in the final match of Class AA Single A here for the season of 2022-23 over on the AAA match. Matt, it will be Kamar Summers, a senior from Bridgeport, and Calvin Roberts, a junior from Greenbrier East. So Greenbrier County just won a state championship on the west side of the county, and now the east side of the county is going to try to claim a title at AAA. We'll break away, we'll come back, and we'll have that final match for you here as we bring you live streaming coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament on the NFHS Network.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Window World of Beckley, we know windows.
Did you know that Window World has sold over 3 million windows nationwide?
That's a lot of windows and a lot to satisfy customers.
Choose from picture, bay, bow, sliding, and double hung windows and more.
Our windows are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval, and we have a lifetime warranty.
There's never been a better time than now to buy windows.
Call Window World today, 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW, for your free estimate.
She's an artist.
Yeah. She's an artiste.
You are an artist.
She's got some pin skills.
We are now ready for the championship matches.
Yeah. You're up. Welcome back here to Mountain Health Arena, and we're down to our final matches of the tournament. 285, Logan Eason of Independence going up against Colton Weaver of Point Pleasant, and Kamar Summers of Bridgeport going up against Calvin Roberts of Greenbrier East. You know, Jim, I think about this tournament, and I've been covering it a long time, and there's no doubt there's one match that will forever stand out of my mind. And it was in 2006. It was the state championship of the heavyweight classes. Bill Archer, the longtime tournament director and longtime Huntington High head coach, he was retiring as a coach. And lo and behold, Ryan Clark, his heavyweight, made it to the state championship. The AA single A match was a quick pin, turning all the attention to the 812th match of the tournament, and Bill Archer was coaching it.
Yeah.
And his kid won in dramatic fashion, and Bill Archer, as you know, never showed a whole lot of emotion with victories. And I mean, there was more high-fiving and fist bumping going on than I'd ever seen.
That's the most excitement I've ever seen out of Bill Archer.
That was just wonderful. And then Ryan Clark, the young man who won that championship, he went on to wrestle at Army, and then was involved with tanks while serving his country, and is now a doctor.
Wow, what a wonderful story that is.
All right, so here are the combatants for our final match here at the state tournament. as Cole Vandal and Noah Casto. Vandal just won a victory by pin. Logan Eason, 285-pounder out of Independence, a senior. He was the runner-up in Region 3, but has made his way to the championship. He finished third in 2022. He has a record of 43-6, career record 59-15. Cliff Warden, Jamie Boland, Connor Gibson, and David Hart are his coaches. And Colton Weaver from Point Pleasant, he was the champ of Region 4, runner-up a year ago, 28-6 this season, 72-22. John Bonecutter, Jed Ott, Michael Powell, Dave Bonecutter, George Smith, and Nick Ball are his coaches. Weaver lost by pin to Mason Atkinson of Herbert Hoover in the second period a year ago. Now Weaver, it was tough for him too because Point had 7 finalists a year ago and 6 other won championships. And he has been waiting for this moment to get back out there. Great football player for Dave Darst, who was a great wrestler in his own right at Point Pleasant, and then coached for many years.
Well, it hasn't been a stellar finals for Point. They had 4 kids in the finals, and Gunnar Andrick is the only one that's won so far, and their last chance here is Colton Weaver, the junior.
And with that win by Cole Vandal a moment ago for West, Jim, that put Greenbrier West in first.
Yes, it did. It
the
vaulted
single A
in.
portion.
And we got first on the board here is Weaver with a takedown.
So Weaver leads it 2-0. Weaver up 2-0 here.
20 seconds to go in this period, and he's doing well is he's putting that weight squarely on the back of Logan Eason to where he can't go anywhere, using the ankle pick, pretty standard thing for heavies to do. We're pretty much finished with this period. Keep him down on the mat is what John Bonecutter's saying. We have a choice by Logan Eason. It's his choice. He chooses both of the wrestlers up. He wants to be in the neutral position. He doesn't want to be down because he probably doesn't feel like he was successful in getting away from Colton Weaver. There's a step through. Here comes a stick. If he keeps it back and settles it, this is what Point Pleasant needs.
Weaver with Eason on his
there
back.
It is.
And the Big Blacks have another champ. Weaver, runner-up a year ago, but in 2023, his arm is raised as a state champion.
Great job of balance by Colton Weaver. Boy, is he happy.
I tell you what, he came running at John Boatcutter, who at most probably now would be a 135-pounder.
We talked about how critical that was. That pin just, if my calculations are correct, Mark, took Point Pleasant from outside the money into a second-place tie with Independence.
Wow. You never know. Meanwhile, over here is Andrew Miller and John Penna call this AAA match. We look on, get a sneak peek of it. And at the moment, Bridgeport's Kamar Summers leads it 3-0 over Greenbrier East Calvin Roberts. Senior, Summers, Roberts, a junior. So our AA single A coverage has concluded. We break away and we'll come back and we'll recap what has happened in AA single A here on the NFHS Network.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Hi, I'm Rania. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is when I take a bite, I just taste flavor, flavor, flavor. The veggies and beans and tortilla strips, they're combined to perfection.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi. Looking for a new or used ride? Look no further than the automotive giant that is on Northside Drive in Summersville. 8 franchises, 1 big location. Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Ford. All at Northside Automotive. And Mid-State Ford. Largest used inventory in Central West Virginia. And rock bottom prices. NorthsideWV.com. MidstateFordWV.com. All on Northside Drive in Summersville.
Generations Physical Therapy is a Tri-States Championship partner for comprehensive physical therapy and sports rehabilitation services. Access to physical therapy has never been easier, with extended hours and walk-in services available. Generations Physical Therapy. Multiple services, multiple locations, experience you can trust.
In Huntington Mountain Health Arena, coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School Wrestling Tournament. What a night. A couple of pins to end it all there. Jim Mahan in the 285-pound class. Kamar Summers of Bridgeport captures the victory. And Colton Weaver of Point Pleasant was the winner.
Yeah.
What a night for wrestling.
Really a great night for wrestling. And you talk about some really tight matches over there. You see Greenbrier West ahead of Cameron by 1 point in Class A. You have in the Class AA, you have a 1 point differential with Roane County. And you have Fairmont Senior with a monster win in Class AA, like we said. Last time they won was in 1960, but Independence and Point battling out for runner-up, both of them tied. And, of course, Parkersburg South, the juggernaut, continues with their dominance at the state level in the AAA competition.
Yeah, it's 8 out of 9 years now for South. They had a 7-year run. Wheeling Park got the victory last season, and another set of Patriots. So if you're nicknamed the Patriots, you got a pretty good shot of winning in AAA.
Yeah, that seems to be on the board. And they got their streak broken. They're going to try to start another streak up there. They have a great program, as you know. Have kids that wrestle not just there. They wrestle year-round. They go to the camps. They do all the things they need to do to be successful, and it isn't by accident.
We'll have some champs returning next season, so we look forward to it. We'll see what unfolds. But great season of high school wrestling in West Virginia, and the books are closed here tonight. Jim, great being with you, my man.
I enjoyed it as always, Mark.
All right, and here tonight, 14 championship matches in AA Single A and 14 in Class AAA. And coverage of tonight's live streaming telecasts of the West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament has been presented by your local Little General Stores and also Indoor Air, one of our sponsors here tonight as well. And we salute all the great folks who make this such a wonderful event year in and year out. The City of Huntington and Mayor Steve Williams, Tournament Director Bill Archer and his wife Diane, and Huntington High School as the host school, and Bruce Sr., the athletic director there. The outstanding team at the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission, Executive Director Bernie Dolan, Assistants Wayne Ryan and Dr. Cindy Daniel, and of course in memory of the great late Greg Reed. The media coordinator for the Wvssac is Heather Enoch. The rules interpreter for this year's state tournament was Jeremy Callan. Many thanks to all the great volunteers here in Huntington for their hard work, not only the past 3 days, but leading up to this event. And finally, we salute the crew from Video Productions for their excellent work of tonight's live streaming telecast. Robbie Mounts, Jack Withrow, Sydney Mayo, Zane Townsend, Toby Maynard. Of course, our great stage manager here tonight, Nikki Denise Simon Board, and the executive producer of Video Productions is Butch Mounts. That will do it for another season of high school wrestling in West Virginia for our entire crew. My analyst, Jim Mahan, this is Mark Martin saying so long from Mountain Health Arena in Huntington, West Virginia. You've been watching live streaming coverage of the 2023 West Virginia High School State Wrestling Tournament here on the NFHS Network. Tonight's coverage was produced by Video Productions in conjunction with the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission.